Coming up today on the Bipsy News, Tropical Storm Imelda hits Texas.
And local event here on campus that got plenty of junk in its trunk.
Plus, as we head into another weekend, Abby Colvin has a look at the latest weather forecast.
All that and more. The Bipsy News starts now.
From the studios at Bossier Parish Community College, this is Bipsy News.
It is September 20th, just after 12:30 p.m., and welcome into a Friday edition of the Bipsy News. I'm Jilian Rogers.
And I'm Shaquille Jefferson. Jillian, why don't you get us started with what's going on around campus?
The Cavalier Junk in Your Trunk parking lot yard sale is scheduled for tomorrow, Saturday, September 21st, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., and will be set up in the parking lot between Building L and the gym. Anyone looking to sell their garage sale items must secure a spot in the parking lot. It's a $15 for one space and $25 for two, and you must provide your own tables. Register. Contact Morgan Day at mday@bipsy.edu or by calling 318-678-6264. All proceeds go to support the Bipsy Lady Cavaliers basketball team, and we hope to see you there.
In honor of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, the Office of Student Life is currently sponsoring a Caring Cavaliers Kids Activities Drive to benefit patients at the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital affiliate clinic at Feist Wheeler. The drive runs through September 27th, and items being accepted include puzzles, board and card games, Play-Doh, craft kits, and coloring books with markers and crayons. All items must be new and in the original packaging. Monetary donations are also accepted. Donations can be dropped off in the Student Life office in Building F, Room 220. Office hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Bossier Parish Community College is teaming up with Willis Knighton and will be offering flu shots to faculty, staff, and students on Monday, October 14th. The shot is free with proof of insurance and $35 without insurance, and everyone must provide a picture ID.
Coming up, Abby Colvin with a look at the weekend forecast.
And then we'll check in on the Louisiana governor's race after last night's first debate got a little heated.
This is Abby Colvin with Bipsy News. We'll be back after the break.
If any of the children you know are among the estimated 15 million who take care of themselves between the time they get home from school and the time their parents get home from work, a look at after-school programs might be of interest. According to Colorado State University, more than 4 out of 10 children in kindergarten through 8th grade participate in such activities at least once a week. These programs can keep children safe, help them develop social skills, and improve their academic performance. High school students in after-school programs tend to be optimistic about the future and have more interest in school than their peers. They're also more likely to attend college, vote, and volunteer as adults, reports the Journal of Adolescent Research. After-school programs help with career exploration, skill development, service learning, and internships. It's estimated every dollar spent on after-school programs saves taxpayers $3 because of reductions in youth crime, teen parenthood, and school dropout rates. That may be why so many parents, teachers, and others are urging their communities to support after-school programs. If you're into basketball for fun and fitness, or would like to be, heeding a few hints can help you up your game. First, when shooting, square up to the basket with both feet pointing at it. Make sure your power is coming from your legs, not your arms, and remember to follow through on your shot. Next, for your passes to be more than passable, don't throw directly at the players you want to catch them. Throw to where those players will be, so no one has to slow down to catch the pass. When your teammates have the ball, create passing lanes so they can hit you with the pass. Use your hands to create targets. Don't watch the ball when you dribble it. Keep your head up. Also, try to learn to dribble with either hand. When playing defense, know where your opponents are. When a shot goes up, face the basket while boxing the closest opponent out. That way, even if you don't catch the rebound, perhaps a teammate will.
This is Abby Colvin with Bipsy Weather. Let's take a look at the current temperatures. In Marshall, it's 75. In Nacogdoches, it's 80. In Texarkana, it's 72. In Ruston, it's 77. And in Minden and Natchitoches, it's 76. Now let's head over to Bipsy. It's partly cloudy here with 83 degrees. The humidity is 83%. The dew point is 72 degrees. And the wind's coming in south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. And the sun sets at 7:16 p.m. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. Saturday through Monday is going to be partly cloudy. Saturday there's a 10% chance of rain with a high of 89 and a low of 72. Sunday there's a 15% chance of rain with a high of 90 and a low of 71. And Monday there's a 20% chance of rain with a high of 89 and a low of 71. Tuesday there's going to be a thunderstorm with 35% chance of rain with a high of 87 and a low of 70. And Wednesday there's a 20% chance of rain with a high of 89 and a low of 69. This was Abby Colvin. Let's take it back to the news desk.
Tropical storm Imelda left parts of Texas in Harris and Jefferson County flooded on Thursday. At least 2 men died due to the storm as rescue crews were left scrambling to reach stranded drivers and families trapped in their homes. Many compared this storm to Hurricane Harvey that decimated Houston 2 years ago. Some areas got an estimated 40 inches of rain in just 72 hours. The flooding from Tropical Storm Imelda came as Hurricane Humberto was blowing off rooftops in Bermuda and as Hurricane Jerry is expected to be north of Puerto Rico by Saturday.
Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards was forced to fend off criticism Thursday that his tax policy and spending decisions are driving people out of the state and hurting economic growth. The Democratic incumbent and his 2 Republican opponents had their first debate Thursday night. Businessman Eddie Rispone and is currently running 3rd in the polls and was oftentimes sidelined during last night's debate. But the leading Republican challenger, 3rd-term Congressman Ralph Abraham, attacked the governor on multiple issues, at one point declaring that the Governor Edwards should receive congratulations for killing the state's economy. The election is October 12th, with early voting beginning on September 28th. Coming up, President Trump is trying to take even more money from the Pentagon budget to fund his wall.
And the workers' strike at General Motors hits day 5. Details after the break.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
To make sure your child's next trip to the playground is a safe one, here are a few tips. The playground surface should be free of standing water and debris that could cause a child to trip and fall, such as rocks, tree stumps, and tree roots. Surfaces made of wood chips, mulch, sand, pea gravel, or shredded rubber are thought to be among the safest. Surfacing mats made of safety-tested rubber or rubber-like materials are also considered appropriate. Take a look at the playground equipment to make sure that it is clean and well-maintained. All hardware on equipment should be secure with no loose or broken parts. Plastic and wood should show no signs of weakening, and there should not be any splintering or rusted surfaces. If the local playground has a sandbox, check for hazardous debris such as sharp sticks or broken glass, and be sure that the sand is free of bugs. Sandboxes should be covered overnight to prevent contamination from animals. Make sure kids know how to use the equipment properly. Slide feet first, don't climb outside guardrails, and don't stand on swings. Most important of all, have a good time.
The White House is discussing moving more money from the Pentagon's budget to fund construction of President Trump's border wall. This comes after the administration's decision moved nearly $4 billion of military construction funds already. Building a wall between the U.S. and Mexico has been a long-standing promise for President Trump. The White House holds 2 meetings a week that focus on the border project.
A top official for the United Auto Workers Union told striking General Motors workers on Thursday that some progress has been made, but that many issues still remain. Rumors have started to grow among strikers that GM is doing everything from hiring temporary workers in Texas to paying $12 an hour to anyone who crosses the picket lines around the country. A GM spokesman denied the rumors, and the UAW in Detroit said it has also debunked them. The strike is now in its 5th day, with issues such as health care, wages, and job security still being discussed.
Movie and music news now, plus it's never too early for some awards season news. David Daniel has it all in the Hollywood Minute.
Carly Rae Jepsen gets right to the point in her latest music video, Want You in My Room. The song is off the Canadian pop star's 4th studio album, Dedicated, which was released in May. Jepsen recently finished a North American tour.
But this is just a regular girl in a plaid shirt, and she saves the world.
Award season news, Ava DuVernay is set to be honored at the 4th annual Patron of the Artists Awards. The SAG-AFTRA Foundation will honor the writer-director for creating professional opportunities for other artists. Mark Ruffalo has been chosen to receive an Artist Inspiration Award at the same ceremony for using his professional success to help philanthropic and humanitarian causes. They'll both be honored at a ceremony November 7th in Beverly Hills.
There was a bomb on that plane.
I need your help to find the ones who did this. I've got nothing to lose.
What about your life?
What about it?
Here's your first look at Blake Lively and Jude Law in The Rhythm section, based on the Mark Burnell novel. Lively plays a woman whose life falls apart after her family is killed in a plane crash. When she learns it wasn't an accident, she vows revenge on those responsible. The Rhythm section opens January 31st. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We're going to take one final break, but when we get back, this year's must-have Halloween costume.
And Abby Colvin has one last look at your weather.
It's time to join forces. Get energized. And fuel up right. Because starting today, every kid in America has a mission. Bring out the action hero in you. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Hey, young man. Oh, yes, I'm talking to you. If you're turning 18, you need to register with the Selective Service System. Why? Because it's the law, and failure to register can result in permanent loss of college loans and grants, job training and certification programs, and hundreds of thousands of federal, state, and local jobs. If you're an immigrant, failure to register could derail your citizenship process, so please register. 45 seconds online at sss.gov or registration at any post office can save 45 years of hassles.
The console maker from the 16-bit era of video games just unveiled a mini Genesis console that is inspired by its original system. Sega Genesis made its North American debut in 1989. In addition to the console, the company is also bringing back some of its classic games like Sonic the Hedgehog and Castlevania Bloodlines. The price tag for the Mini is $79.99. It comes with 42 games pre-installed and 2 simple controllers. The console can be hooked up directly into a TV with the controllers plugged in using a USB. Some analysis says this flashback won't make much of an impression with the consumers.
A Navy dad on leave makes multiple stops to surprise his kids, and the truck rolls 216,000 dice on a highway. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
Watch a Navy dad in Florida surprise his 4 kids at 3 different schools in one day. Might want to grab the Kleenex for this one, people. Senior Chief Michael Forhan is home on a 2-week leave from Iraq, where he's been since April. He decided to surprise his 4 kids, starting with his grade school boys. Then he went to his teenage daughter's high school. Daddy! And finally, he surprised his 11-year-old son Gabriel at his middle school.
Your dad's in the back of the cafeteria.
This Navy dad will return to Iraq, but not before enjoying some much-needed and much-deserved time with his wife and kids.
I am so happy that he's home and he gets to be with us and, we get to be a family again.
A truck driver's sharp turn resulted in a spill that rolled roughly 216,000 gaming dice across a Georgia highway. Boxes of the 6-sided dice were en route to tabletop gaming company Trivium Studios when it happened. Emergency responders and company officials worked together to clean up the spilled cargo. By the way, since the average roll of 2 6-sided dice is 7, and the accident spilled approximately 216,000 dice, the company estimated the driver may have rolled a perfect 756,000. Maybe next time he should let it ride. Yes! For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
That's all the news we have for you today. I'm Jilian Rogers.
And I'm Shaquille Jefferson. Thank you for tuning in. And before you go, let's get a final check on the weekend weather.
This is Abby Cobble with Bipsy Weather. Let's take a look at the weekend weather. On Friday, it's partly cloudy with a 15% chance of rain with a high of 83 at a low of 70. Saturday, it's partly cloudy with a 10% chance of rain with a high of 89 and a low of 72. And Sunday, it's partly cloudy with a 15% chance of rain with a high of 90 and a low of 71. This was Abby Colvin, and make sure to stay tuned for Taste of Bipsy. They're making pumpkin cookies.